In this video, we will be rewriting rational expressions that are in the form of ax divided by bx, and we want it to equal qx plus rx over bx. So in this problem here, we are starting with ax divided by bx. The purpose for writing this is to help us understand a little bit more about key features of the rational expression. Before we divide this out, I want to call your attention to a problem that you've done before that will help us to kind of remember steps that we can take along the way. So 29 divided by 12. This is equal to 29 divided by 12. So I'm going to think about how many groups of 12 are there in 29. I know that there are two complete groups of 12. And 2 times 12 gives me 24. I subtract these and it tells me that 5 of them will not be in a group. So then I would write 2 and 5 twelfths as my answer. I could also write this as 2 plus 5 twelfths. So I'm going to use that information and that process to help me do this one. So 2x minus 9 divided by x minus 5. For just a second, I'm going to put this minus 5 to the side and this minus 9 to the side. And I'm only going to look at the 2x divided by x. And that leaves me 2. Now, as I multiply back, I will multiply by the x and the minus 5, just like I multiplied 2 times 12. 2 times x gives me 2x. 2 times minus 5 gives me this minus 10 here. And I subtract just as I subtracted here. I need to remember that this subtraction goes to the entire binomial here. So 2x minus 2x leaves me 0x. But if I have no x's, that means there's nothing here. Negative 9 minus a negative 10 leaves me a positive 1. So what does this tell me? This is my remainder, so I can write this as plus 1 over x minus 5. This x minus 5 here comes from my initial denominator here. Just like the 12 matches what I was dividing by in this problem. So what's my connections here? I had the problem 2x minus 9 divided by x minus 5. That gives me 2 plus 1 divided by x minus 5. This is my ax. This was my bx. 2 is my q of x. That is your quotient. This plus 1 tells me that this is my rx, my remainder. And this minus x minus 5 is the same as this x minus 5. So I leave this as b of x. So was I able to rewrite it? Yes. In order to help me with key features, I might also write this as 1 divided by the quantity x minus 5 plus 2. This gives me a horizontal shift right 5, a vertical shift up 2. Because of this horizontal shift of a right 5, I could also say that I then have a vertical asymptote at x equals 5 and a horizontal asymptote at y equals 2. Please remember, at any time, follow up with your teacher if you have any questions.